In this guide, I will show you how to extend the capability of this out of hours auto message workflow to handle special occasions, let's say for Christmas. All right. So the key idea is we will have to include an additional branch to handle the Christmas season. And for those Christmas seasons, we will send out a different messages as well. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. So first of all, what we're gonna do is for the if else, click on the if else, you're gonna add a branch. Okay, add a branch. And for this branch, let's call this Christmas break 2025. And for the field, we will need to choose the message creation date. And in this case, we will set a date. Let's see. Okay, we would want to set it to be any messages that comes in from 25th December 2025 to 28th December 2025. Okay, so we will have to choose date is on or after. And then we select a date. For the date, let's select December 25th, December 25th. Okay, so what happened here is, okay, we are not done with this yet, but basically what happened here is for this branch, Christmas break branch, we are checking whether the message is on or after 25th December 2025. This means that if the message comes in on 25th of December, it will be evaluated to true. This will be evaluated to true. Okay. Now, what if the message comes in at 28th December? Of course, this particular condition, it will evaluate to true as well, because 28th December is a date that is on or after 28th December 2025. Now, remember that we would like to set the range to be 25th December 2025 to 28th December 2025. Okay? Now, if we only allow the filter to look like this, it means that for any message that comes on 29th of December 2025, if it enters this branch, it will be evaluated to true as well. Okay, so this is not something that we want, which is why we need to add a boundary to it. So how can we do that? We will do that by adding a condition. Okay, choose add condition. For the message creation date, you're gonna choose message creation date. It will be date is on or before. Okay, date is on or before. For the date, we will have to choose 28th December 2025. Okay, now let's run through some scenarios. The message comes on 25th of December. This is true. The second condition is true as well, because for any message that comes in 25th of December 2025, it is a message that is on or before 28th of December. So this statement is true as well. Okay, and I want you to notice this very important detail. You need to make sure that this is and. If you put it as or, it will not work, right? Because if you put it as or, it means that as long as any of this statement is true, this branch is something that the contact can enter, which is not something where we want. So we gotta change it to and. Alright. Now, another crucial distinction here is you need to make sure that your Christmas break 2025 branch, it is above the outside of operating hours, which I'll explain shortly. So in order to move this up, you need to click on the three dot and move it up like this. Okay, you need to move it up. Okay, let me remove the word testing here. Okay, you need to move it up. So Christmas break will be the first branch, followed by outside of operating hours. This basically is to align with the behavior of how if else work. So if else works in such a way that let me just save this first. When the contact enters the if else step, what happens is that the system will evaluate the condition from the left to the right. Okay, so if I were to put Christmas break all the way on the left, the system will always evaluate the condition that is specified in Christmas break 2025 first. Only if the condition in Christmas break 2025 is evaluated as false, it will then check for the condition that is specified in this branch called outside operating hours to see whether it is evaluated as true. Because a contact can only move further down the branch only if the condition that is being set in that branch, it is evaluated as true. Okay, so this is the reason why we need to set the Christmas break 2025 all the way on the left. It needs to be evaluated first. It needs to be evaluated before the outside of operating hours condition is being evaluated. All right. Okay, so now that we have set it in such a way that the workflow will always evaluate the condition in Christmas break 2025, the next thing that we need to do is to add in a send WhatsApp over here. So how can we do that? We just have to click on this plus sign, and then we will click on send WhatsApp again. As for the message, we will say something like this. Hi, thank you for reaching out. We are closed for Christmas break from 25th December to 28th December. We'll respond to you when we return on 29th December, right? Again, if you like to personalize this message with their first name, you can have the options to click on this tag, choose contact, and choose first name. Okay? So once we're happy with this, we will click save. All right. Now, another important thing which we have covered in the guides above, we will need to keep track of when the contact has received this away message. Okay, so this is a part where we can actually have a shortcut. So remember that if you look at this update contact step, if we just click on it, it actually updates the last notified date to now. Okay, if we want it to be a bit more efficient, we can just click on this three dot, click on copy this action only, and paste it here. You can see that there's an option to paste it here. You just paste it here. Okay, so you can see that there's an option to duplicate it. So if you to click on update contact within the branch called Christmas break 2025, this one, you can see that it just copied the details over, which is to update the last notified date to now. Okay, so once we are done, we can just click save. Okay, so we will do a quick recap. So what happened here is we have extended the workflow to do this thing. If the contact were to send a message to us and the system captures it, the first thing that the system will check is, of course, the last notified date. Is it empty? If it's empty, I will allow you to enter this workflow. Okay, if it is not empty, you will need to proceed to do the second check. And the second check is to check whether the last notified date is at least 24 hours away. Okay, so what we have done over here is we have included an additional branch called Christmas break 2025. And for Christmas break 2025, you notice that we move it all the way to the left. And just a quick recap, in order to move the branch left and right, you have the options to click into if else action configurations form, and you can click on this three dot to move it down, or you can move these things up. Okay, if you move it up, it means that it is all the way on the left. If you move it down, it means that it is moving to the right, if you were to view it over here. And just to give you a recap, if else step, it will always evaluate from left to right. Okay, so what we are doing here basically is we want this workflow to always check whether the message that comes in is within 25th of December 2025 and 28th December 2025. As long as the message is within this two date, inclusive of 25th December as well as 28th December, it will trigger the action that is specified within Christmas break 2025 branch, which is to send the Christmas greetings as well as to update the last notified date. But of course, if let's say that right now, let's say it's a January 2025, this Christmas break branch, it will always evaluated to false, because obviously right now I'm in January 2025. None of this statement is true, okay? Which is why this will always be false if it is outside of the Christmas period that you have set over here. Okay, so I hope this gives you a clear idea in terms of how you can extend this workflow to account for special occasions. In fact, Christmas is just one of the occasions that we have included. We can include things like Hari Raya, Chinese New Year if you want to as well. It is the same approach.